What is good, y'all? What is good? How are you doing today, this evening, wherever you're at? This is me. Propagate this light back in a matter of fact. Let me know how I'm sounding. Cat says holiday style, Mr. Light. Yes, yes, it's Labor Day today, huh? Yeah, yeah. So hope you have the good one. And I'm happy everybody made it today to today. You know what I'm saying? Continue getting the job done, whatever that may be. Hopefully it's something positive. And if you're here, then you're vibing with the vibration. Pushing says on 5 by 5. Thank you. That's the situation. And yeah, so I had to cancel a couple of streams here and there. And I know it wasn't fair, but I was still uploading and doing things if you haven't already noticed. This channel is more than just the live streams, and we have interaction going on as a revolving door here, people coming in and out, dropping comments and things like that. Just like Go Kart Bob here in the chat. What's up, Go Kart? I don't like to be late for propagate. Yep, yep. But you're never too late. Never too late to propagate light. It's never too late to propagate light. So we're going to go ahead and try to propagate this light here. And I'm just checking in the chat real fast. I haven't been here in a while. But yeah, the previous stream, of course, was the 369. I don't know why I can't think of his name now. Did y'all see that stream? That was broadcasted not too long ago. The Alchemist 369. We had a good time there. I think that was a perfect stream. You know what I mean? And someone else thinks so. That was in the comment section of that there. Um, yeah, yeah. Pushing button says great stream. Yep. So I'm going to continue to bring streams like this more often. And when I do stuff like that, definitely. It's not going to be no Bocker head up here. It's going to be someone that could, go at this with some etiquette and be professional about it. And he did say the S word twice, but that's okay. That's okay because everything went well, and it wasn't any harsher words or anything like that. That was definitely okay. And so I think everything went well with that. So I was thinking recently, crossing over, you know, do y'all think that's instantaneous? Like, when someone crosses over, they just kind of like wake up. Um, I don't know. Some was one person online said that it's not called the other side, you know, but you just become conscious, I guess, on a different frequency, I guess, huh? You know, that's kind of strange because I didn't think of it that way in the past. I really didn't think of it at all as much as I am now. It's kind of thought it's a process. Maybe it is a process. Um, if there's a heaven we go to, what is that place? I was talking on another stream, live open panel here, and we had up here on the panel, and she might be coming through. And I asked her about heaven, where's it located? And she said in the ether. So I was trying to understand that. I just really want to get the the technical part down so I could really understand, what that's about. Now, if you go to my community section, let me see if I could show you here. Let me see here. Getting your nachos? Says Go Kart Bob says getting my nachos. um, Let me see here. I'm gonna go to my community section as proof of what I'm about to say. Yeah. And what I try to do here is keep things, I keep this channel having integrity. You know what I mean? Um, I don't come up here just saying anything. I usually talk about, experiences. And if I talk about, something I researched or whatever, that's cool. But I don't talk as if I was there and I know it for sure. You know what I mean? Unless I tell y'all that, it's just from research. And there's Golden Side right there. And it's just that what's up. So yeah, because I don't want to mislead anybody, you know. if I said that, hey man, when the dinosaurs were roaming, this and that happened. It's like, well, how do I know that? Well, I read someone's book. How do they know that? Like, uh, you could take it as your truth. That's fine, but I like to just go deeper because I really want to know for sure. I don't want to just run with what sounds cute. Let me see here. Okay, I'm going to share the screen. Just give me 1 second here. Okay, I gotta just click this here. Golden Sigh. Um, all right, so if I click this here, wait a minute. Okay, my bad. All right, here we go. Share screen. There. So what I'm about to show is some proof what I'm about to talk about here in a second. Yeah, looks good. So if I'm choppy or anything, that let me know because I can't hear myself, and I want to just give quality. Let me get this comment off the screen real fast. Thank you for the comment. Um, so not too long ago, let me see here. Where did it start at? So 5 days ago, I said wait a minute. That's not the one. It is a long one here. I think this is it. I don't know if you can see that. Zoom in a little bit so you can see. Make sure you can see it there. I like when people zoom in and I'm like, oh, okay, I can see, So tonight's panel is postponed. I'm navigating some unexpected issues, deep exhaustion, strain and deep exhaustion. And you focus on that part there. And then it said, despite me holding down a 9 to 5 this week, feel like I'm being pushed to my limit there a little bit, with my energy. And hopefully, next time I come back, I'll have renewed energy. Let me look in the chat real fast, see what's going on, just in case I'm choppy or something. Okay, I guess everything's good. Okay, so that's 4 days ago. So deep exhaustion. Some streams ago here on the live panel, I was talking to Sandy Diva. She's a person that also has a channel for those that don't know. And she was up here and we were talking about, shifting and things like that. And I was telling her at the time, and maybe 2 months ago or something, maybe, I was telling her at the time that, I've been feeling extra tired. I'm getting my sleep and everything, but I don't know why I feel extra tired. And so we got to talking, and she was saying that, well, she found that when a person shifts, they either get tired or very energetic or something like that. And I'm thinking that, maybe she's correct. But I didn't know for sure until it happened again. And I really started thinking like, okay, there was this guy I was watching a while back. He's been a part of the something experiment. I forget what you call it. Mud Rabbit. If she was here, she'll know the guy's name because um we're both mutual, streamers. With this guy that knows him. This guy that I'm trying to refer to. Let me see the chat. Um, I'm just going through the chat. Yeah. So anyway, the guy was talking about some experiment he was a part of a long, long time ago. You know, um, I think he was, I forget the people's names in this whole thing, but anyway, um, he was talking about some Mars jump rooms to Mars. Okay, and he said something about when you get out of the jump room, like when you walk out of there, you you're very tired. The final experiment, pushing button says the final experiment. No, it's a guy. Man, I can think of his name and the name of the experiment now. It's been so long. Um, Montauk. the Montauk Project, and then one of the guys that was a part of that, and I can't remember his name. Yeah, but anywho, he said when you walk out of the jump room, you have this, exhaustion feeling, and he explained why, because when it travels and this and that and this and that, blah blah blah. So I started thinking like, oh, maybe it's not that. I mean, I think Sandy could be right. It is a sign that you shifted, but I'm thinking that maybe, you know, the tiredness comes after the shift instead of before. Because at first I was thinking, okay, maybe it's before. That was my thoughts when I was talking to Sandy. I was thinking she was probably thinking it happens before you shift, but I think it's probably after. And the body or something like that has to get used to it or something like that. Let me see here. I'm just going to the Chizat. Yeah, if I'm glitching, let me know. What's up, Astral Fugitive? Going over some line items, and then people can come up on the panel. The link is already in the description box, but you just got to be sure that you read the pinned message in the chat and follow that. People can come up. So anyway, 4 days ago I wrote this and I said I feel deep exhaustion. Okay, this is going to get to something. Trust me. And then wait a minute. Actually, that was the last one I said. That was 4 days ago. Okay, yeah. So actually 7 days ago is when I first posted a post saying that I'm tired. See, so I'm feeling a bit worn out. So I canceled the stream. And then later on, I'll post it again that yeah, I gotta chill out because I'm not really feeling. So I was feeling tired for a while there. And I didn't know why I was feeling so tired, you know. Let me see if I could stop share screen. How come I'm not on the panel? Oh, there I go. There I go, there I go. And booyaka. So I said, okay, you know what? At this time, like maybe a couple of days ago, I was still feeling very tired. And I just said, you know what? M- What if it's before the shift? I get tired like that. So I made an intention. I'm not gonna say what the intention was, but you know, going through this life and everything like that is good to be conscious and you're able to guide your ship better. You could try things out. So I said, you know what? Why not? I make an intention of where I will go, where I want to go, what I want to experience. Control your reality, right? Some say it's coming from us. So I made my intention. And so anyway, the next day, give me a second, someone's over here talking besides myself. Yeah, so the next day, which was yesterday, or no, the day before yesterday, I'm at work and I noticed something that was different. It's something that I a lot, spoke a lot about, and I was up here with Sandy Diva, and she actually brought it to my attention. And that particular item happened to be across the street from me at that moment on the paint bucket. Does anybody know or remember what I'm referring to? It's an item I've been talking about because it's important that I ask y'all because it's a conversation. It's not really a show, although it's a bit showy. But instead of me just coming right out and just blah blah blah, I want to know like where I'm at. So it's very important for me to ask you where you're at. Does anybody remember what item I've been talking about past couple of streams that change? Truth gets taken down, says the Astral Diaries. Huh. I just got a comment on my Alchemist 369 It turns out that I guess 𝗪𝗵𝘁, I guess maybe put all of his streams on private, and people are looking for it. That stream that I did there with him, it made over 2,000 views on his channel, but I guess he has it on pause now, and all this other content, is pretty good as well. Huh, I don't know what happened, but the last I spoke to him, he said he's taking a break. So, hmm, I don't know. What's up, Golden Sai? Do you recall the item I've been talking about that has changed? It starts with an H, and it's a two-word company. The second part of the company begins with a D. Tina Burkett says, I studied the stars, just saying. Yeah, yeah. See, it's crazy. And I can't expect people to recall everything, and we go through a lot throughout our day. So I'm just throwing like a pop quiz out there, I guess. There you go. Yeah, I see the response here. Let me get to this comment first by the Astro Fugitive. This is only barely the second stream I have caught. I really don't know. Oh, okay, okay, for sure. Uh, Go Kart says Home Depot. Correct, correct. Home Depot. Mm-mm-mm. Has it always been that way for you, Home Depot, like that? Or was it something else? Very important. I asked this before I just like pull the shower curtain back on it, you know? Has it always been Home Depot, or is there more to um that name? Pushing says for me, okay, it's always been Home Depot, like without just spelled like this. I mean, that's the company name. Go Kart says I be listening, Yeah, yeah. Okay. Astral Fugitive. Okay, cool. Thank you. It's always been Home Depot for me. Wow. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay. Pushing says just Home Depot. Yes. Sorry about that. If you heard that, give me some. Moving my mic a little bit. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else? Sai, are you still here? Sai might be up on the panel. I'm not exactly sure. I think she's probably doing something right now. It's probably why she's not in it. She's probably I think you're listening, but you can't get to it now, right? Oh, Aaron Woodward experience link. So, do you know how we do this with regarding the link, Aaron Woodward? Do you know how we go about giving the link out here? I know you just came in. I mentioned it in the beginning, but there is a pinned message there in the live chat. So, you know, anybody wants to ask, they can read that, and that's your navigation there. And again, everybody, anybody want to join, if you just click the link and you're waiting for me to bring you up, I'm only going to give you 5 minutes to, follow the instructions. I'm not going to keep going over it. Nothing against anybody, one person, but I've did a lot of streams. We're at 43 panels right now, and I found myself having to repeat myself like Dr. Umar. What are you typing these one word things here for? What is this? Uh, oh, okay. I see. I see. Hmm. Give me 1 second here. Gotta handle something. But anyway, this item, Home Depot, this is crazy that y'all are saying that, because it is crazy. It is crazy. Um, huh. What can I say? What can I say? And go Carter, see you in the Chisette. Um, it's cool because I know what's what ahead of time, you know? So I don't have to go through any verification or anything like that. So, you know, give me a second, y'all. I'm just trying to handle something here. You know what? Let me just, you know what? Yeah, let me share. Yeah, I'm gonna share the screen here. I'm gonna share the screen so y'all see why I'm slowing up here. But I'm not really slowing up. I'm actually multitasking. Let me see here. I'm just gonna share it so I could. Give me a second here. Mm, 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 mm. Okay. Now we're in the right place. All right. Let's see here. Da, 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 da. Give me a second. I'm doing something on another tab. It's not showing it for y'all. Just give me 1 second. Handle this real quick. Okay, maybe I didn't need to do all. Oh, okay, I know what to do. I know what to do. My bad. My bad. Oh, that okay. I see who that is.
Months ago, I sent you little.
Okay. Okay, I'm back. Okay. That was MC Nemesis. The comic relief of the day, I would say. That's all good. Let me see. That's all good. Thank you, Go Kart, for being on that. I see you. Thank you, pushing, for helping me to push it good. And thank you to everyone who has helped me push it good. Um, thank you. You know what I mean? I could use it, and I appreciate it for y'all having my back. Thank you. Now, and it's okay. I'm not offended. You know what? I'll just put it on the screen. This is what slowed me up here. So Aaron was asking for the link earlier. It's actually this guy named MC Nemesis. I'm putting everything on the Chisette on the panel right now from the Chisette. In. Let me see. I. G. G. Asterisk. Asterisk. And then R. Inward. Yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, sorry about that. Yeah, so anyway, Home Depot, y'all. Boy, I was feeling extra tired, and then I seen Home Depot. Let me show you something real quick. Give me a second. I want to share the screen again. Give me a second. I'm gonna share the screen again. Cat says, is ABC as easy as 1, 2, 3? 𝗏𝗪𝗏𝗊 a new rap song, pushing buttons, LOLing. Yeah, you know what I mean? You transmute the energy and you just don't give it like what it needs. I never fight fire with fire. You don't see firemen doing that, right? I give it that good there water and then I use it to my advantage. You feel me? And I've always said that someone could say that to me and I wouldn't be offended. That doesn't offend me, especially when someone says it to be offensive. You know what I'm saying? It's obvious, right? Um, Here is why even ask for the link if you're going to do something like oh just I guess some people get a joy out of wasting time with their time, right? There's your Home Depot right there. Y'all said Home Depot, right? Why is there a THE at the beginning of it there? Did y'all forget it? Never gonna forget it. You see, why does it say Home Depot credit? There's no the. Manage your Home Depot, there's no the. What? Hold on a second. Let me go to images. All right. Now I'm gonna share I have to share the screen again. I gotta reach out to them so they could the StreamYard so they could we had to do all this switching around here. Let me see. Okay, stop stream. Share screen again. Okay, my friends. I think it's pulling up. You pulling up? There you go. The Home Depot just pulled up. That's what I've seen recently with the da 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 da. All y'all tripping, even me, even me. We all said Home Depot without without the the. Choose your words wisely. He should have just threw the A at the end there. I probably would have felt more comfortable with that. Oh my goodness. Oh, you didn't say that. No one, because we talked about this before regarding the Home Depot. We talked about this, but we talked about it in a different. I talked about it in a different alternate reality or something. So Gokar Bob says the Home Depot. Yeah, see, are these pictures fake? You could look it up on your end. I'm going to be. I mean, you know, for those that probably be like, you probably get the same thing. Yeah. So Astral Fugitive says this is an older Emmy change for me. So what do you mean? Because you said you recall it as Home Depot. So what was the change for you before? Are you saying that this is what it changed to for you? You already knew about it. How old is this one? Because the responses I'm seeing here is a little bit tripping me out because we were just talking about this recently, and nobody was saying what you're saying now. Probably it's just me in a different version. Let me see here. It went from Home Depot, but Actual Fusion says it went from Home Depot to the Home Depot. I just felt it back in 2016. Huh, years ago. Okay, let me ask y'all this then. Has anyone been speaking about it recently? I mean, have you heard anybody speak about it? Well, you said that I was, but when I was talking about it, no one has said anything about, hey, this is an old one, or anything like that. Everybody was just rolling with but were y'all here? Huh. You know, Pushing says like 2020 or before, and then Actual says back in 2016. Okay. I was just talking about this recently. So what happened was it went from Home Depot and then it went to the Home Depot. I was talking to Sandy on here and she mentioned something about Home Depot and then I recognized that the is on it. And I'm like, what the heck? Astral says, yes, I keep hearing it brought up from time to time. I always assume every ME is new to some group of people at any given time. So Kat says, is Nelson Mandela the new manager of, you know, this Home Depot? We'll find out, I guess. Pushing gives it LOL as well. So the thing for me here, let me close this tab out. So when it went to the for me, I was just like flabbergasted. And I, talking about it, they said Psy's in the chat again. It was up Psy. Um and it was the Home Depot for the longest time. And wait a minute here. This thing is tripping. Yeah. Wait. My brain is acting weird right now. I'm looking at this. This is making me is okay. It was Home Depot, and then it went to the Home Depot, and then it changed back. Ooh, it almost had me forget. Oh my God, I felt it. I almost forgot. Um, Whatever it is. What's up, Jacob Waters? You wanna go where everybody knows your name. Jacob says, cheers, everyone. Do-do-do-do-do. Um, so yep, cheers to you as well. Yep, yep, yep. So it went to the Home Depot and then it went back to Home Depot. It went back to Home Depot. And then it was sitting there for a whole long time. So I asked y'all earlier, what do y'all recall? And you all said Home Depot. I mean, was that company? You said Home Depot before we started going through all this. And I pulled it up and y'all are surprised at the thuds on it. I was just in the reality where it went back to Home Depot. It was just Home Depot last week without the. And then I started feeling tired, went to bed, woke up, and it's back to the again. Yeah, that's it. Hmm. Yeah, so I guess it comes down to, I guess when we get tired or if you get super energetic, it affects people differently, I guess. It means you shifted, I guess. Yep. Kick up some smoke here. Go to the Chizat and see what's going on. Let me know if I'm glitching. Let me see flip flop. You don't stop. Astral says, I never experienced a flip flop from what I can remember. So would you would you say that this is a flip flop that you're experiencing now? Because you said a Home Depot earlier there, from what I recall. Lil Kim is in Chia. Chia. For me, it was always the Home Depot, but the was never on the sign. Whoa. Huh. Where did you see the at when you seen the? Was it on like an ad or something like that? Low Carb Bob says Jerry got turned into ice cream again. Man, I don't know why. I wonder why. Why does that keep happening? Little Cam 51 or 51. Yeah, what's up? Um. Oh, just standard conversations when you're. But it was always Okay, let me go back to that comment so I could better understand this here. No, why just standard conversation? For me, it was always the Home Depot, but the was never on the sign. Okay, so for you, it was always Home Depot. Why is the there now? For me, it flip flopped twice. So maybe it's me that flip flops. Yeah, I didn't have no flip flops on at the time. That's the whole trip about it. Astral says no, because it changed once from Home Depot to the Home Depot in 2016, but it only changed once. That's it for me. It's been the Home Depot for 9 years. Huh. For me, it went twice, or maybe it was me that flip flop. Yeah, that's something else, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hmm. Yeah. So, one of the line items I want to get to before I bring people up, or people could, if you're gonna follow everything, you could click the link ahead of time. I'll eventually bring you up. But watch out here on the web because I'm seeing a lot of people, uh, you know, doing scams and things like that. So just be careful out here on these internet streets. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes, see, back in the days, if you have a mouse, you'll set up a mouse trap, right? And we're in the future right now. It's 2025, September the 1st. You know what I mean? And you set up these traps or whatever, especially in New York. No, I was playing. But these days, a mouse won't run. The mouse won't run unless it has a Duracell in it. So it's the future technology. So just be careful out there. Don't be the one falling into the trap. You know what I'm saying? And while I've been doing this, I've been championing smaller creators, just to throw that out there. And sometimes I would bring them up here, and then sometimes they're here for a while. If you've been following these panels, this is 43. We've been going 43 panels. There's been a lot of different unscheduled guests popping up. And some of these are people I invited, like smaller channels or whatever, because I don't really look at it like that. I look at it as, if I feel the vibe to bring them up and they're doing a positive thing, then I'll invite them over. Some people came up and they kicked it for a couple of streams before they just didn't have any etiquette, or they came up the first time and just didn't have any etiquette. And that's probably why their channel's small right now. You know what I mean? So maybe, just like life, you have to just grow and you'll get better at it. Speaking of mice, where's Mud Rabbit? Says pushing. I don't know. Probably she's trying to just going after one, or maybe she's listening in. I don't know. I don't know. Um, to be honest, she disappeared around the time when I tried to reach out, but I didn't get a response. So, um, around the time when someone was in the chat and they made a comment, and then people on my panel started coming at them, the person in the chat, for making a comment, but it wasn't anything that broke the rules or anything like that. And I was just thinking that, well, if you're on the world stage, and we have the mic, you know, this channel has integrity, and I'm trying to keep things positive too. Being broadcasted. I don't want to be like, someone just because people are finding this on their timeline, and they'll come in and be like, "Hey, I just found you. I seen that you're alive. My first time here." There's been a lot of times where I would pop up on someone's channel, and the first thing I hear is an argument, and it kind of turns me off. So if I'm not all about that, then I don't want that to be the impression. So definitely, if you have the mic in front of your mouth, you know what I'm saying? Then the person in the chat doesn't have a mic in front of their mouth. You know what I mean? But you do. So why are you, you know what I mean? Like escalating an issue. I'm just saying any situation. Even when I'm watching other streams, it's like you got the mic in front of your mouth. But some people feel like, hey, they need to say something or whatever. You know what I mean? Whatever. But I didn't see no reason for any back and forth, negative back and forth. But ever since then, I couldn't reach her. Let's see. Oh, you saw her over there. Okay. Okay. Maybe she's busy. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she'll be back. It's all good. Um, but yeah, I just want to keep things positive all the way around. I don't want anybody that's on the panel to be flexing at nobody in the chat. You know what I mean? There's an issue. You could hit me up in the private chat. Hey, I think this guy is saying this way. And then we could talk there. Everybody doesn't have to hear it. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't have to be a big thing. It goes away from the topics. And my education here. Let me see. Just stream night. I'm reading the chat. Nobody says I wish I had a Kogart says, yep, cam and buttons. Nobody says I wish I had had a Home Depot. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so now it's the okay, so it was just Home Depot for me like a week ago. And then so maybe this tiredness means that I shifted or something like that. So hmm, we'll see what happens. Let me see. Maybe I could share the screen here and show you. Show me the way. Show me the way. Okay, I got 2 likes. Let me see. Give me a second. I'm just sharing the get this together here. Videos. Okay, I'm in my YouTube channel here. Let's see. Creator Studio. All right, it's loading up. And I'm going to show you. This is the answer. Pushing's. Just goes to what Pushing asked me. Let me see here. All right, so let me share it right now. Share screen here, there, and now it's everywhere. It's on the panel. Huh, it's about to be. Let's see. All right. So around here. Okay, let me see. Private, public. Okay, so around panel. Let me see. Around panel 41 and 42, where you see this logo, is around the time when 𝗪𝗵𝗵𝗃 was last up here. I think it was panel 42. This one here with this logo. So it kind of like marks the moment or the you know open panel 42. I think it's kind of towards the end there when things took a little turn there. Oh, that was the most previous panel. It says 43 here, but I put that on private because on that one, let's see here, that one I brought somebody up. Cy was up on here with me, and then I brought a guy up here And he decided to disrespect her, and I can't have that. And at the same time, I was like, you know what? That's all good. I'll just put it on private because I had issues with the sound at that time too. A lot of y'all heard all that time when I went live. There was a lot of sound issues and stuff. Um, so where do y'all think heaven is located at? I'm just gonna just go over this with y'all until someone clicks the link that I could bring up. Where do y'all think heaven is located? Sai said it's in the ether. Are you still here, Sai? I don't know what the ether is, and sometimes it's hard to like really understand these things when like there's two people talking at once. It's like on the panel, like ask one person a question, and then they start answering it, and then someone else cuts them off and starts saying some stuff, and then the other person responds, and it turns into a whole 𝗙𝗵𝗁𝗂𝗪𝗏. Yep. You said the ether. What is the ether? I think you said it's the space that. Well, I can't remember what you said now. A lot of near-death experiencers have, from what I've heard, said that. Well, I don't want to give it all away, but it's actually a place. It's not like floating in some kind of empty space or something. Like just some like fog floating around or something. I don't know. Um, Heaven is in the seventh dimensions. In the seventh dimension, where is Maine? Somewhere on Earth. I need to know. So, where do y'all think heaven is at? Anybody like interested in that question? Like, what is not what is heaven, but where it's located? That makes any sense? Because for if you think about it, right? If I said go to New York, then you know that it's a city that's located this direction or whatever like that. Um, some would probably think that heaven is outside of the dimension, but is it like okay, it's a location, right? Is it a plateau? You know what I'm saying? Like, are people walking around? If they're walking around on cement, what is that cement on top of? Or dirt? Okay, let me see. Golden Side says, yep, a dimensional area you can't see until you get there. It is not a physical plane. So, in that state of being, isn't that physical in that sense? Like when you're there, you're well in a different type of physicality, of course, but you're still. That's a good question. I mean, that's a good physical. Hmm. Is it like a dream? Like when we go to sleep and we're dreaming, you could swear that you're in a physical place and going through some physical things, and you're just in the whole play, so to say, and you're not even questioning anything, and it just seems like everything is the way it is when you're watching this stream. You're just here on Earth, but when you go to sleep, you're going somewhere, huh? Or is it just? I know that we're going somewhere. I know that at least sometimes, right? We're going somewhere for real, for real. So where are we going? Somewhere that's not physical? Is it physical in its own sense? Yeah, I think he did cover that on the whiteboard. Pushing says, did 369 not cover that on his whiteboard? I think so. I don't recall, to be honest. I had to go back, watch that. Okay. Lil Camp says, I'm not religious, so no heaven for me. Only a source. which our soul goes to after we die, to be reincarnated to be reincarnated out to the next life, a Buddhist without a Buddhist. So how do you know for sure? Do you know for sure? Okay, so let's say someone leaves from here, from Earth, and where are they going from here? Let's cover that first. See, they're going to source. Okay, so what does that look like? Like, what direction are they going? Like, where are they traveling there? How are they traveling? And going to source, what does that mean? You're going to a glowing ball of light, and then you go into it, and then boom, that's it. You're one with this being, and then the being sends you back out at, to Earth or something, or to other planet or whatever, to be something else, which is reincarnation, I guess. Is that what you're saying? Rhyming on timing. Good to the birdcage. And even with in the Bible where it talks about Adam and Eve, I'm not religious either, but um like, weren't there other people that existed on different parts of the earth at the time? And even with the even regarding the ark, you trying to say that they got every wildlife in there? Don't some of those animals hunt some of the other animals? So everybody just la-di-da, okay, we're just gonna walk aboard. Da, 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 da. All the elephants, all the tigers, lions, and everybody's just walking on board. Yeah. Wouldn't it stink on the ark? Wouldn't it stink? What does that cleanup leaving look like? How do they clean up? Like, and all those animals, I assume, will weigh a lot. They didn't weigh the ark down at all those animals on there? Didn't it stink on there? Or are they going to do what they got to do? Who cleaned it? I mean, not who cleaned it, but like, you know what I mean? These are things that I thought of not too long ago. All the animals just la-di-da, one by one, just walks onto the ark. All the wild animals, everything. None of the animals are fighting with each other. Everybody's cool with each other. You know what I mean? And how do you even manage to do that? How do you manage to guide all these animals onto an ark? How do you do that? I'm not saying it didn't happen. I'm just hmm, just wondering. And then the 40 days and 40 nights in the desert, isn't it hot in the desert? Like, people say, okay, the Son of God, I get it, but he still had a body, right? Go-Kart says probably use the dung for fire. And what did they eat? What did anybody eat? Did they have food? The animals, the people. How many people were on there? How did they even? It had to be. I don't know. I'm just asking. I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. That's all. The 40 days and 40 nights. Like I said, isn't it hot in the desert? The body can't survive that long, right, without food. Go-Kart says they roasted the chicken. That was playing. They ate roasted chicken. Wow. I'm pretty sure the other animals were a bit scared at that point, if that's the case. How do you survive in the desert for that long without any food? They say, okay, it's not, Son of God, but just asking, is it symbolism of strength and resilience? Resilient, I can't even say the word resilientness, you know, of being not bound by the human body type thing. Is it that? Is it more about faith or, than fact? Some people say certain things in the Bible is allegory. Could be, right? Like I had experience where I could just say the sky opened up. That would be my interpretation of it. But it didn't literally open up, but it literally felt like it. Because whenever if I said the sky open, like if I read ancient texts and they say the sky opened up or this and that happened or whatever, you're taking it literally. Like how does that even look? For real, for real. Golden Side says you are taking it too literal. Push and says I think the giraffes made sandwiches. You know, I mean, have y'all even thought about that regarding the animals on the ark and things like that? How did that even like? I don't know. And if you say, okay, well then how did was it Moses, separated the sea with the staff? Do y'all really believe that happened? I'm not saying it didn't. I'm just asking, don't y'all kind of like, are you just rolling with it? Like, okay, well, it said it happened, so it must have happened. You know, I'm just being honest, and I'm not saying that I'm not even saying I believe in God. You already know how I feel about that because I know. I just don't understand it all, but it's good. Someone said to me some time ago, someone that I've known for years, that oh well, at least you're asking questions. Okay, and you're not. Oh my goodness. Okay, I get it. I get it. Not everybody's going to, and still haven't got any really answers to the questions I just asked. But it's all good. You know. I mean, well, I did. Y'all did answer some of the questions, but the ones I just asked about. Well, I did ask a lot of questions, so my bad. I just kept rambling. I'll just keep um going forward here. Let's see. Right, I'm going to the Chisette. Um, so I see Golden Size here. She went live. What was it last night on this show called Higher Minds or whatnot? Um, oh, Real or Not for Real. That's his show. You know what I'm saying? I had popped in for a minute. I'll just listen to it. She was talking astrology stuff. You know what I'm saying? So Golden Side going getting around there. You know what I mean? Getting around there. That's all good. Is everything based on the vibration of our thoughts? What is the veil that is thinning? Is it the veil of forgetfulness? Saturday night, make everything all right. Yeah. People say the veil is thinning, right? What's the veil they're talking about? Is it the veil of forgetfulness? Is it some veil that people are talking about they lied to us or whatever? And my bad, I'm just trying to understand things, to some of the flat earthers, my bad. Um, it's just that I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to judge nobody. And I did say like I'm working on that. Sometimes I find myself sound like I'm judging people, or I might even find myself doing it, and I apologize. But only go off of experience. And so when someone's saying something different, like this, the Earth is flat. Have you seen it from outside of this planet? They can't. No one can answer that I've asked. That's a flat earther. But then, if I say how I seen it, then no one's listening. As soon as I say I seen it, then no one's listening. But it didn't look flat to me. And then I asked 369 about that, and he was like, he said something about it just looked that way, um, like I'm being not like I'm seeing it that way for a certain reason that I don't totally understand. I just want to, but he says it's flat. 𝗏𝗵, yes, as a kid, and I just brushed it off as a. So, no, it was just another form of control. And then it was, that was just my opinion. Yep. Um, Go-kart is easy to prove the shape of the planet. And then yeah, because you were saying something about I forgot what you said, but the seasons or something like that. I forgot what you said, but it was something like that, right? Like something somebody says, I forgot, but it made sense. Religion doesn't offend me. I can listen to anything, just won't believe it. 𝗏𝗵 says. Okay, I got you. I got you. Nice. But again, the question, y'all have heard of people's hey, Golden Sire, are you coming up? Um, or did you want to come up is what I'm asking. Um, let me see. The question still stands, y'all. The veil. Have y'all heard people say the veil is thinning? What do they mean? What do you think they mean? If you heard that before, what is the veil? I kind of feel like things are headed in a certain way. The Golden Side says it is. That's the thing. But my question is, what is the veil that people are referring to? The ice wall is what Katina says here. Yeah, that's what 369 was talking about. There's an ice wall in Antarctica or something like that. And beyond that, there's land or something. I don't know anything about all that. It's just it's beyond my knowledge. For me to even be sure, I will have to really know for sure. The veil is people's understanding. Yeah, the veil is thinning. Hmm. So people's understanding is thinning. Is that what you're saying? I'm honestly asking. I'm trying to. I've always been technical with things. That's the only way that's how I understand things to go technical. Okay, Golden Side says it's the layer between the supernatural and the 𝗏𝗏. Foxy Brown. Oh, Foxy Brown's 𝗏𝗏. The it is the layer between the supernatural and the na. The Shartakan na. Go-kart says put a stick in the ground, measure the angle to the sun, then have someone else do it 1,000 miles away. What does that mean? So you're trying to say like if you're looking at that from an aerial view, both people, but at an aerial view, are you trying to say that it will look like it's a curvature in the earth or something? So Golden Side says it's the layer between the supernatural and the natural. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what does that mean, Sai? Does that mean that the super it's okay, the supernatural could be anything, correct? It could be beings, right? It could also be what? It could also be is the supernatural also psychic ability and things like that? clairvoyance, could that be considered supernatural? You get it? Because I know the supernatural is not just beings, it's you know, right? If I'm correct. I'm pretty sure I think I am. Let me see. For me, says Lil Cam, veil is day-to-day life, like with all philosophy. So the veil is thinning to me implies we're headed towards things like, oh, sorry. I didn't want to put that on the screen really. The end part there's a little bit but thank you for that comment. That's your opinion and I'll leave it there. You know what I mean? And because I like to more focus on because I've heard people say stuff like that, you know, I more look at it like the ME, psychic abilities, all that stuff like that is not here for no reason. It's not going on for no reason. So that means that, and if you obviously there's more than just war and chaos, right? You have the opposite. And from my perspective, the opposite of that is the winner, regardless. So if something was to happen that's out of our control, which in my opinion is actually happening now, politics, right? So I guess some things are in our control, but I don't like yammering about, regarding things that is out of my control. You know what I mean? Like, when people come up on the panel and they yell and scream, or they, on their own panels. I watch other panels as well. They yell and scream about things that they can't control, and I rather focus more on what I can, and that's my thoughts. My thoughts to not be angry and mad because it's going to, you know what I mean? We already know, some people feel like you can alter your reality by your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Literally, if figuratively speaking, and that goes to anybody. Well, there's Cat asks who is arguing. Little Cam says I totally get it. Yeah, just my opinions. Um, Golden Sai, LOLing. Golden Sai, are you able to come up? So we could chat. But I got a couple more online items. You could decide if you want to come up or not. It's all good. Just holding it down here. Let me see. So do y'all think that us being a soul in a body, and that body, the human body, is within another body, which is the environment that we're in, which is part of a bigger body, which is part of a bigger body. Oh my goodness. You know what I've noticed recently, y'all? This is something that's been talked about here, at least by me as well, and other people have spoken on this as well. But I've really, really realized that, let's say going back to people saying that I can go to Google and stuff will show up on my timeline that I was thinking, things like that, right? Or I would think of my friend and they will call, that whole thing. I'm thinking that it's because it's what I've heard some people say, that everything is all one, but the illusion is it's all separate. That's why that's happening, because Google is not separate from you or us, although we didn't create it, but we did in a sense because we're all one. Kind of perplexing, right? Cat is passive, says Cat there. Go inside says, LOL passive. Yeah, right. Yeah. What are y'all thoughts? Hey, look, I know. This is like coast to coast AM, or like back before there was TV. You had radio to entertain you, and the guy's talking and giving you a story, or the female's talking, right? Um, I guess I am, but I'm literally like also interacting as well. Um, and y'all, thank y'all for being a part of the conversation. I appreciate that because it's helping me to understand things too. And yeah, so yeah, panels open to anybody want to come up. It's all good. I was listening to a guy's channel today, and he was talking to another person, and he kept coughing into his freaking microphone. It's like clearing his throat and coughing after every other syllable. So just be sure that we follow that, especially if you have an external. I mean, just any way it goes, this is like, but if you have an external, then it may be a lot louder. You know what I'm saying? So be sure if you want to clear your throat, make sure you're muted. A couple of times I slipped up because it was just one of those moments where it just happened, like something get caught up in your throat, and I did say I apologize, but it doesn't. That's very rare. It doesn't happen all the time. Looking at the Chizat right now. Um, wow, it's already been a little bit over an hour. Huh. Um, yeah. So if anything, I just want to say thank y'all for being a part of this journey with me. You know what I mean? It's always good to see names I'm familiar with in the Chizat. People that come up on the panel that I'm cool with. Sometimes people will be up here only for so long, and then, like I say, don't get. I said this a couple of panels ago. Don't get. You may not want to get too comfortable with the person that come up because they might decide to just disappear, and it's fine because I also talked about um, on the previous panel that I had a dream that didn't seem like a dream, and people were literally disappearing. You know what I mean? And then I was in this. I'll just say dream for now, but I was in the house, someone walked out the door, they disappeared. I was in the house with someone else, and that someone else was already by the door, looking out the door, like trying to figure out where the guy went. And then as I got up off the couch and walked towards the door to see for myself, I became conscious at that very moment. And then I started to disappear, and I felt how it felt. You know what I mean? I know where the disappearing started at on my body, and then boom, I'm opening my eyes and I'm in my bed. So if people disappear and reappear, I mean, people talk about that in the conscious community anyway. Like some people are background people, some people are, like items in reality are not really there unless you're looking at it, which doesn't make sense to me because how can it be there or how can it not be there and then you're looking at it? How can it not be there already for you to look at? Does that make sense? Let me hop in the Chizat real fast. Lil Cam says, our mind, body, soul, and spirit. I read that the first time based on programming. Y'all heard that? Our mind, body, soul, and spirit are all separate functional entities to me. So body, soul, and spirit. Okay, got you. Your mind helps control your body. Okay, and your body houses your soul. Your body houses your. Okay, wait. Your mind helps control your body, and your body houses your soul and spirit. Okay, but your spirit stays on earth and soul moves on. Huh. If you can come up on the panel, we can get into this because you know, I don't, I understand it up to the part where, but your spirit stays on earth and your soul moves on. That's the part I don't understand. Cat says frequency, vibration, and feeling. Yeah, I'm starting to kind of realize that, like everything around me in my environment is one big thought. And I've heard people say that reality is a simulation, but it doesn't mean it's not real. What is real? Reality or real itty. Real itty. I have to look that up. Itty. ITY. UNITY. The queen may say, the queen of the ship may say it means unity. Body and soul equals body and spirit. Programming again. That programming again, huh? Go-Kart says body and spirit equals soul. So I've heard people say that the soul is like the essence of who you are, a compilation of who you are, of what your experiences are as a spirit in a body. Is that correct? Yep, Pushing says go for it, Lil Cam. You know, this is a conversation I like to have right here. Everybody likes to listen to. Your spirit remains on earth as a ghost to me, and your soul gets reincarnated, is what Lil Cam says. Okay, I figured you meant that. So you're trying to say that a lot of the people that have passed away, everybody that has ever passed away on earth is still on earth right now? And so is a ghost just a spirit? Or why are we saying ghost? Like, what is the difference between a ghost and a spirit? Is a spirit called a ghost when it's trapped on earth? I had to look that up, ghost. Like what is it actually? Why ghost? How come we just not saying spirit? Or is it a energy left behind of that person? I have no idea. Uh, I've looked into listened to a lot of streams in the past, and people have their different. So then it says to me. So and your soul gets reincarnated. Okay, so when the soul gets reincarnated, are you saying that that's the that's the all the stuff that the person went through? That's the essence of it, and then it gets put into a different body and becomes someone else. So if that's the case, then if their spirit is still on Earth as a ghost, then no one can really say that they've been different people throughout time, right? Or does that mean that we are being individuated, but we are still all part of the same uh, part of us that left and is being reincarnated while we're still on Earth? That person is still on Earth as a ghost, but yet instead their essence is being reincarnated as something else. I don't understand. Maybe I'm looking at it wrong. Cat says Holy Ghost. Lil Cam says yes, a ghost is a spirit to me at least. So why do we call it ghost? You know, there has to be a reason, right? Gokar says the spirit comes from God. God breathed his spirit into Adam and he became a living soul. Yeah, God breathed his spirit into Adam. Do you think there were other people that lived on the planet at that time, or just in that section that the Bible's talking about during Genesis or whatnot? Or let's say Adam and Eve had, sons or whatever during that time. You know, do you think there was life happening on other parts of the earth? So there's other stories going on simultaneously. We'll have to get Whoopi Goldberg over here in a minute. Everybody's saying ghost. I like how you put that there, pushing. Yeah, that's what I heard there, Lil Cam. A ghost is a copy of your old self left on Earth in the invisible realm. See, that's what I said earlier, but I didn't say it that way. Yeah, it's a copy of your old self, but your soul moves on to the next life as someone totally different. So, the ghost part is a copy, but it's not really the source of the spirit, if that makes any sense. Like the whole, the it's just a copy. Okay, so how do you know that for sure? And if you say that, just for instance, if you say that you research or someone else was saying that, um, why do you why do you resonate with what they're saying? If that's the case, let's see. Lil Camp says, which is all connected to the Akashic records. Akashic records. Cat says, where's the evidence? Oh, it's just your opinion, Lil Camp says there. But I've heard that opinion before. You know, not exactly word for word, but pretty much, a ghost is a cop. I've heard that before. Like it's playing out the same. It's like it's in a loop or something. Let's say if someone's house is haunted, it could be, um, let's say a spirit there or whatever. And I've heard different things, but I've also heard that they may see something that keeps doing the same thing or something like that, and it's like there's the ghost itself is stuck in a time loop or something like that. I have no idea, something like that. And then I know Golden Sai has a lot to say about that topic there, but it's funny. I've heard stories of people that passed away and they're still using profanity. they're like they're it's like it's like they're still their self, and that's what I'm saying. Like there's a person that uses profanity, and maybe they'll reach out to someone that can see them or something like that and hear them, and then they will say something to them and throw some words in there or whatever. I've heard a couple stories like that. And yeah, Pushin says Psy has something against D's. Throw some D's on it. What's D's? Huh. Um. So yeah. So this channel here, just real fast. You know, just read the channel description, and you'll see what I'm doing with it. And then there's a lot more than the live streams. This is just a touchdown. With each other having a conversation. Try to, you know, get the high vibration going on. High, high vibration. The conversation helps that, in my opinion, at least for me anyway. Um, And again, some people go live and they delete their streams, and not everybody that does that um, is not going somewhere with what they're doing. But some people that do, like one person, he calls people out and on his panel by name, call them up by name, don't have them up on there with him, and he's throwing insults and stuff like that, or whatever, and then he'll delete it. And it's just like, okay, wow, that's what you're doing with the technology. That's what you're doing. That's what you're using it for. But yet instead, it's easy for a person to for some people to um, say that a certain group of people are this type of, it's just, you know, um, but it's like this YouTube streets. It's just like, geez, it's like you get to see who the gook heads are real quick. Now I'm thinking about the person that left that message in the comments earlier here, the N word. It's just like you that time you spent doing that, you could have sent someone in a really good direction, and then you have probably got um the energy back, because what you put in is what you get out. So why are you setting yourself up for failure? What you put in is what you get back. I don't have to get um offended. Why would I get offended off of someone creating their own failure? The mean streets of YouTube, Astro says. Yeah. It's like first you had the streets, so to say, right? And now you have the YouTube streets. It's people. It's people. It's just like you get to see, like, it's not just a certain group of people, it's the mind state of a person. It doesn't matter what nationality or age or whatever, I guess, like, the surface stuff is a person. There's a quality of the person, you know? Cat says those robots haven't gotten any better. Just saying. The bots, you know. I mean, when a person says that, oh, how come people can't do what's right? How come people are always this way or that way? How come this group of people is always, and then you have somebody here just that's doing something positive, and then you have someone, you know, that comes in just to whatever. And that's the whole thing. Some people they go on and on and on about it, like, on their channels. And okay, cool. I get what you're saying and everything like that. But, sometimes in some cases they could destroy their channel just by doing that too much, in my opinion. I've seen it happen. It's like, okay, you're doing this a little too much. I get it. You're just repeating yourself at this point. I get it, whatever. You know what I mean? Um, Address it, move on. You know what I mean? Because that's what it's there for. It's there for to, you spend time on it. But what I do is I like to transmute the energy. That's what I've been doing. Even before I created this channel, I had things happen in my own life. You know what I mean? With people, and I had to learn how to transmute the energy. Um, so, and then you can't always be emotional again to your feelings, because if you're that sensitive, you shouldn't even be on YouTube trying to stream with people. You know what I mean? In my opinion, 100% prop. People can surprise you for better and for worse. Definitely, definitely. And I thank you for your support and everyone else as well. Push some buttons for the comment up there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I can go hop on YouTube and go. I know people's streams to go to where I already know that they're talking about another streamer that's scamming or whatever the case is, and they make it a good point. But um, and then go to another place where there's more drama. Um, well, there's drama, this and that, the other. Sometimes I get a little sore looking at my timeline because it's like, wow, you click one video and then there's more that shows up later, kind of the same type of topics, and it kind of looks like the world's going crazy, but it's not the world. It's certain people. The world's a big place. There's a lot more videos out there than the ones I've been coming across my feed, and there's some good stuff too as well. But sometimes I just only could take so much. Honestly, it's like this, the advice this way. Cat says the problem is no one but propagate. This light gives good advice in this way. I appreciate that. You mean like Sandy's girlfriend? Oh, a lot of times when I speak, I'm not always speaking of the group of people that I know of from the channel or anybody else's channel that I know of. I mean, I be noticing other channels, people talking over each other, people coughing all into the microphone, um, background noises, all kinds of stuff going on, people cursing at each other, people fighting, people being cool one minute, now they're not. It's just crazy, man. You got scammers out there telling people to quit their 9 to 5 and jump on YouTube, and then people are actually following it. Really? You don't even know this person, and you're gonna quit your 9 to 5. You have to have all kinds of specs before you even start to um benefit that way off of YouTube. You can't just quit your job and then, if you can, you can, but I'm on YouTube and I still have to work. You know what I mean? And again, I don't know how I'm gonna get through the week, but I'm trying to make it through the week. So that's why I be throwing that up there sometimes on the screen, you know. So but I still upload, I still do other things. It's a revolving door here. I got the shorts, I got you know what I mean? I got the uploads and things. So it's not just the live streams, I got other stuff going on too. And I have other websites. Give me a second. There's a car alarm going off. Okay, it went off. Uh all right, all right. Yeah, yeah. And I know these streams, I'm not expecting, thousands and thousands of views or whatever. I do this to check in and have conversation with people, and I'm not doing it for the stardomship. I'm not doing it to talk against anybody. I'm doing it strictly for professionalism, conversation about these topics. And I had to throw some TOS in there because, as you see in the comments there earlier, with someone there, I'll leave it there. At least he put it as separate text. I didn't get it at first, but I looked at it, and it's all good. It was freezed up by Go-Kart. Go-Kart's on it, so that's all good. Let me go to the Chizat. If anybody, no one's coming up, then let me see here. So Pushin says, yeah, I miss Seeker's energy on this channel. His recent actions really surprised me for the worse. Man, I don't know if you recall this. I don't know if you're here before the recent actions you're referring to when he was up here. I felt that I remember that. I said I felt like I offended him. I was like, I felt some kind of vibe, like something's wrong. Cause like I told y'all before, I could feel so. So I didn't realize that that's what it was, but it was that. And then he popped up, and then when he said something to Mud Rabbit, I felt something else. I felt like his tone. I could hear it in his tone, like something's going on. And then next thing you know, yeah, yeah, it just whatever, you know. You get to know people, right? So from now on, someone that's trying to join the channel here or join the panel, excuse me. Um, one of the things in there, the addendums I had to add is that the person has to have content on their channel that's similar to, one of the topics that's in the description box here. I'm not letting nobody else up that has no content on their channel, because sometimes people do that to troll people. You know what I mean? And are just be an invisible person. Hey, I'm gonna go to someone's channel and do this, and then I'm gonna just bounce. Um, hey, that's how you're using technology. Some people use it to scam people. I got scammed through technology before. I'm not gonna get into that, but um, that was a first. That was that was a first. So let me see. Go to the chat. What did Secret do? Says Go-Kart. For those that don't know who Seeker is, let me go ahead and play something that is only like a minute. Sorry. For those that don't know who Seeker is, I'll play like a clip of him on his channel when everything was cool, and then something just flipped.
𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗍. By the way, 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗍, I gotta ask you a question. How's my audio, bro? Do I got any feedback? Should I go on mute real quick? I'm just trolling you, bro. I like messing with you about the audio thing. Um, of course, I'm coming over this evening, prop. Of course, bro. Every Monday night. Luckily, thankfully, I don't got nothing going on. And the last one you did, I was there the whole time watching. But I know the past few Mondays before that, I would be at the gym doing something, or I'd be running around, and then I'd look in, and it says 𝗵𝗵𝗁𝗍 started live like 70 minutes ago or 80 minutes ago, which means like in 80 minutes, that's an hour and 20 minutes. Man, I'd be like, man, and I'm telling you, like, see, like, I don't feel like that towards every channel, but like, the channels that really, that really like vibe with me, that just are in the same type of frequency I'm on, same type of energy. Yeah, man. If I noticed you went live and I missed it, like I'm gonna be bummed out, man, because I look forward to these good lives. So yeah, man. Yeah, every Monday for sure.
And not too long after that, it was the opposite dialogue. Propagates gay, etc., etc. And it's because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel what happened. You know what I mean? Oh man. But I'm gonna go ahead and get up out here since nobody want to come up on the panel, on this panel here. See what's in the chat real fast. What's going on here in the chat. And I try to keep it going, 5:15 p.m. PST on Mondays. I don't know if I could do 2 days, man. I try, you know, it's a good idea given by a golden 𝗓 to go 2 days. And it kind of seems like, I don't know. I like the Thursday energy for some reason. It's been pretty cool Thursdays too. So I'll see what I could do. Obviously today is Monday, so I was able to do it today. But if I can't, I'll let you know ahead of time in my community section. So for now, I guess we'll keep it 2 days. I don't know. We'll see what happens. People want to come up on the panel, it's cool. If not, I'll probably still go live. So let me see. So Go-Kart says didn't sound that bad to me. Yes, that was before all the stuff jumped off. So what I'm saying is all that was positive But sometime after that, the whole dialogue was flip-flop. Not flip-flop. It was flipped. It was he was saying opposite stuff, like propagates gay and this and that and blah 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 blah. And it was only because one of the panels at towards the end there, I guess two people showed up that he called trolls, and he wanted me to X them out, and I didn't know what was going on. And so he wanted to tell me some stuff behind the scenes after I ended the stream. And I told him I couldn't do it because I'm tired. I had to go to bed for work. And then he was just trying to like rush me off, and he was waiting backstage for him to inundate me with all the issues that he has with those two people that he calls trolls. So he wanted to tell me each and everything about them. He told me he wanted to give me their channel and all that. Dude, I'm not interested in that. I gotta go to bed, type of thing, right? So he didn't want to adhere to what I was saying. So he's waiting backstage. So as I'm ending the stream, I decided to just exit out. You know what I mean? I'm not going to go backstage because I want to keep my energy high. I don't want to go to bed on negative vibes. You know what I'm saying? And I don't even care. I didn't even care about the situation. That's your situation, you know. So anyway, I think he got mad at that, and then he made a video against my name. Forget propagate, blah 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 blah. Whatever. Let me see. Yeah, yeah. I forget which one it was too, which stream it was, but I think you know what? I think it's at the end of the one that has the rabbit on the cover art. And I even made that as an old ODE to someone that's been on the panel since panel 1. So that shows you how much that I appreciate people. I made that as an ode to that person. I believe it's towards the end of that particular stream, if I'm correct. Um a fast way to know if that's the one, you just open up the description box, and towards the top of the description box, you'll see if he's on that panel. You'll see his name there under unscheduled guest maybe or something like that. Oh, word. Okay, okay, okay. Word up. Pushing buttons, man. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. I appreciate that, man. You don't know how bad it is right now. I mean, nobody know. Look, I'm on the world stage right now, and I know there's a lot of people listening. So I have it good in the sense that I love this vibe with y'all. You know what I'm saying? I really do. Lil Cam, everybody here, Golden Sai. I love it. And I appreciate God. I know some people are not religious. I'm not religious either. Some people don't believe in God. I get it. But I appreciate all of this and making it this thus far. I mean, I could literally be on the street right now. And so when people have my back, it means a lot. It really does. Because you never know what's going on in someone's life. I'm not explaining each and everything, but if I did, let me explain one thing before I go. Um, Recently I lost internet service, so I called my phone company to establish on the go hotspot. So on the go hotspot so I could use internet. Okay. Before I called them, I was just saying to myself, I am so happy that my phone bill is the amount that it is because I could afford it at this moment in time. Like because I'm going through some financial difficulties right now at this very moment. But I said that to myself that I called them to establish internet. So the operator gets on there with me, and she offers me a whole deal where I can get, hotspot, on the go hotspot. And I just, just they were saying like, why not just add it to your bill, and your bill will be a little higher, but it's a better deal just to add it to your current bill. And guess what? It may be a little bit higher, but you can always change back to your original plan if you don't like it. And I said, you know what? Okay, I'll try it since I can go back to the original plan. And I decided that, you know what, I want to go back to the original. So I called them back up to go back to the original plan. And guess what they said? Oh, we don't have that plan anymore. We can't take you back to the original plan. So I'm forced to pay double for my phone bill. And I called them several times to talk to different people. Let me slow down. I called several times to talk to two different people, and they all said that they don't offer that plan that I was on. They don't offer it no more. So if I would have just stayed on it, but this lady just told me something that wasn't true. So now I'm forced to be on the plan and paying double for my phone bill. I have other stuff. So all the help, I appreciate it. It looks like I won't be jumping off just yet. I have someone at the door. Sec. Go inside. What's up? Let's get wrecked. How you?
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Just trying to. Yep. What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for showing up at Josh's show the other night. I appreciate it.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's good to. It's good that you're getting around a bit now that you have the microphone and everything too. You're able to. And so you're starting up your channel now, huh?
Yeah, well, I put 2 videos on. I have to put more on, but um, I've just been busy, haven't had the time. You know how that is.
Yeah, but if you if you don't have the time, I could always if you don't have the time, I could always call Moore's Day for you, and then you can get the time to.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. So the direction of your channel, what direction you're trying to go with that?
I'm going more changes in people and how people have been affected by it. Like when you see someone do a major 180 and they're not who you know them as, how do you deal with it? And when it happens to multiple people in your life, how do you deal with that? And you feel like you're the one that, like, what's going on kind of deal. Also, for people who try to talk to people on um, about the Mandela effect and stuff and reactions that they got. And because I've seen that divide people from their families, from their friends, or whatever. So I want to
Hmm.
be basically like an outlet. If people need to talk, they have a place to go.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's going to be live streams, or are you going to have uploads also?
I'm pretty much trying for the live streams more than the uploads. I like the interaction with people, and hopefully those that are lurking in quiet will feel comfortable to speak again. There are a lot of people like in the 444 and reggaeton Bonner stuff, and I still stay in contact with some of them, and they don't feel comfortable to talk. Like they don't feel like they'll be well recepted for some reason. So, I want them to actually, if I do a live stream, come on it and feel comfortable. And, you know, Josh made a very good observation um, that he said there seems to be two different like groups of Mandela affected people, those who had more personal Mandelas and those who had more of the changes in logos and stuff like that, and trying to kind of bring the two groups together because I think they can help one another.
Hmm. Hmm. So it's going to be primarily regarding the Mandela effect, or
Yeah, I really think, I think it will be, that's what I'm striving for because, there are some people that are kind of reluctant or worry when it comes to more supernatural stuff. So I'm not really trying to make it about like the psychic stuff or the astrology stuff because I'm not looking to turn the people away that actually used to feel like they were comfortable with the group and now they're not.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't blame them because um as you've seen, there's been a lot of different drops here as you see earlier there in the chisat. Someone put that in the chat, so it's kind of like it makes people uncomfortable and it could turn people away.
It can. I still think it needs to be discussed. I mean, you have a lot going on with the supernatural for several years. It keeps ramping up and then hiding for a little bit, but not long, and then ramping up heavily. And then people, more people are kind of like seeing it. And so I do think like the supernatural needs to be talked about, the unexplained and stuff like that. But it seems like a lot of people went into hiding. And I do agree with Go Kart Bob. Like a lot of people are hurting and they're trying not to show it. And, you know, I can give them an outlet. Whether they come or not is up to them. But I hope they do.
Okay, yeah. There's a message in the private chat for you there. I think
Oh,
the AI sent you something. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Let me see. Go through
sure.
the chisat. Let me see here. Oh, okay, sorry, I was just getting situated behind the scenes. Give me a second. Okay, so now in the chisat, we see makes sense. Little Cam says it makes sense. Okay, Katina says, "Dear Sai, if I could, I wouldn't question love." Oh, okay. Pushing says, "Good on you, Sai. Great, actually."
Thank you.
Yeah.
Um, I don't, I'm not, do you want to elaborate, Birdcage, on you wouldn't question love? If,
Well, I look at it like this then. If I could, I wouldn't. If I could question love, which is God, I guess, right? I wouldn't do it. I
right.
think that's yeah.
I just think like there's a lot of, you know, people, whether it's, if, I don't know if you watch Wake Up or Else, but there's a lot of people out there that he was talking about the, people in the Mandela community because people have changed. They are having problems, marital problems, family problems, friendship problems because of it. And he's done several segments on that. It's a good channel. I do suggest it if you don't watch it.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
he's more Christian though. I think he's a pastor, and he actually sees the Mandela effect and changes in the Bible and stuff. And then he reaches out to. He has a very wide audience and does podcasts and everything with people. He's done a lot. He's got a big library of stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, hopefully here soon. When you get your channel bumping, bustling, excuse me, it'll be a part of a list of good channels. I'm pretty sure.
Thank you. I'm trying. I just see like these people from like the 444 and reggaeton bonners and Aprils and stuff like that, and they all have pretty much said the same thing. They're still seeing changes in people, and they still don't have anyone to talk to about it. So it's, and I have said like your show and Sandy's show, and I know they lurk sometimes in both shows and some of Josh's show. I just think they're looking for something that I don't know exactly what they're looking for, but I'm trying to provide something for them that I think they may want and have said that they want.
Kat says, compliments sigh. I understand you.
Thank you, Birdcage. I appreciate it.
And Gokart says, I'll watch Wake Up or Else. Yes, very Bible based.
Yes, it is. But he also has some other ones that aren't so much Bible based, but people based. So they're interesting to watch too. You just have to go down the list of streams that he's done.
Well, just speaking real fast about on that topic of Bible, just real fast. Something I said earlier, I don't know if you heard me, but what do you think about the ark? That whole thing I was talking about regarding the ark.
Um, I think you're looking too much into it, to be honest with you. I think like it's the message. I don't take the Bible word for word though. I'm not a person that takes it word for word. I take it for the story, the lesson, the meaning, and how it resonates in my life. Um, a good one like with that would be um, the Book of Ruth, which a lot of people don't even know about. And that's basically based on a woman that had two daughter-in-laws, and then her sons died, and she told her daughter-in-laws to like leave. I have nothing left to offer you. One left and one stayed out of loyalty, out of love, out of appreciation. And it's a 6-page book. You want to know the ending, go read it. But there's lessons and there's stories. And if you focus on just the words, you kind of get lost. The meaning and the lesson gets lost. And that's
Yeah,
my
but
opinion.
right. Yeah, no, I agree with what you're saying. But in my whole journey with the Bible, it's more like, okay, um, at the time I'm looking at it like, okay, what's in there is exactly how it happened. Like I can't see how the ark could be allegory, but maybe it is. And you're saying looking a lot into it. Would you say that is something that's understandable as I'm trying to understand what I'm reading? It's like it's supposed to be literal. So okay, so let me understand it as literal, but it doesn't make sense. So isn't it a good thing to like look into it that way?
I never heard that it was supposed to be taken literal. I always heard that you do Bible lessons and Bible stories and the book of the Bible. I never heard take it literal. I've never heard that, to be honest with you. Um, I've heard look at the lessons, the morals, the value of it, not the words. And the reason why is I was told to do that is because the Bible has changed, and I don't mean it has changed with the Mandela effect, but it's also changed through um, kings and throughout centuries and stuff like that. And men have made a lot of edits to it and left a lot out of it. And if you take it literally, you're missing something. And you're going to have a bunch of contradictions. So if you take the story and the morals and the value of it and apply it to your life or see why things happen in certain ways, you actually get a better understanding. And that's my opinion. And I know it may not be the popular opinion, but I was never told to take it literally. And
Me,
like I've been Christian my whole life and was a Christian daycare teacher and a Christian preschool teacher, and never did we take it literally. The commandments we did, um, like certain ones, we taught those, but as far as the actual books and chapters of the Bible, we never taught them word for word. We taught the stories so that people would understand that it's more than just a book of words. There's moral lessons, value into it that you can apply.
no, I agree with you. It's just that a lot of the churches I've been to, this is my earlier days. A lot of churches that I've been to, they're speaking stories that are in the Bible, and no one's saying that, oh, well, you don't take this literal. They're speaking on it as it's written, and I guess through that, a person could take it literal. Um, or think it's literal. Or think it's literal. So Little Camp has a comment, I think, for you on the. Are you able to see it on the panel?
I can't read it, to be honest with you, because I'm on my
Okay.
phone, so I can't read it.
Uh, okay. Little Camp says things like astrology could have a dedicated home through the Discord chat channels, and like you said, the MEs would have a dedicated home on your YT channel. I like what you're doing.
Well, thank you, Cam. I appreciate it. I do
The
have
mind. Go ahead. I'm
I,
sorry.
I do have a Discord server, but I don't use it. But I am on Discord. Um, for anybody who needs to reach me on Discord. But you can also reach me through my email too.
Yep. There might not be no Discord reaching her through email. Get it? Discord. um. Okay. Cool. Yeah. 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 Any thoughts about anything I said earlier? Did you hear it? I know you were busy in the chat. You probably missed some of it.
Yeah, I was just kind of lurking, doing stuff around the house, but not really.
Mm-hmm.
Not one that I have a thing with the spirit, the body, soul, and everything, but I don't really want to go into that because that's not usually a popular subject. I have learned,
Okay. But what
but
do you say? Mm-hmm. But
but like I don't know why I said but.
okay.
I
Did it have only one T? Only one T on it there?
yes.
Yeah. Yeah, so okay, so what are your thoughts of what I was saying earlier regarding Home Depot? Like I was feeling tired recently, and then I woke up, and then now it's different. It's back to the Home Depot.
I don't honestly, Prof, I don't pay attention to that stuff. You know that.
Well,
I
I,
never have. Like I'm sure it has, but um I don't really pay attention to that. Like I do remember it being Home Depot, and I thought the Home Depot was a part of the URL for their website, but I have no idea.
okay, I guess what I actually meant to ask is, do you think it's possible that um when we're going through a shift or after the shift that our bodies could feel tired or we could have different results like hyper energetic or something like that?
Yeah, I went through that in 2018. I like there were some days where I was sleeping for hours at a time during the day, and then other days where I was like, I couldn't get enough stuff done. There's been said that there will be 5 shifts, but I've counted more than 5 so far since 2017, and a lot more than 5. So I kind of stopped counting after like 10. But I do, your vibrations are off, the energies are off, and you can feel it in your body, you can feel it with your energy level. But that's also can be explained through astrology too. So
Real is in the chat. Real is here.
hey, real or not real, how you doing?
Oh, you don't know which one he is? Real or not real?
Are you going on Thursday? Have you decided or not really? Don't know.
I don't know yet. I always go with the flow and the environment in my I guess you could say the soul or whatever, the aura, the feeling that I get or whatever's happening. Does that make sense? I was just all over the place there, but you know what I mean. I go with the, people they go with these time slots, but it's just like if I can't do it, I just can't do it. So I don't know until maybe the day before if I could do it or not.
Okay. Well, I got to get going. I have to wake my husband up for work and get him off on the road, get him up and going. So,
Gotcha.
if you're on Thursday, I will be, if nothing else, in the chat.
Okay, cool. Thanks for coming on, and yeah, I'll be there on your channel when you go live. So yeah, it's all good.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll have you on. How's my microphone sound? I did a little tweaking to it and sound better?
It sounds good. Yes.
Good, good. Thanks
Yeah.
for the help on that, by the way.
Oh yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Anything else, let me know.
No problem.
All right. Nice having
Bye. Bye,
you.
everyone in chat.
Yeah, yeah. Everybody likes you too. So yeah. All right, cool. I'll see you soon.
All right, see you soon.
All right, peace.
Peace.
Intuitive. Yes, yes. Pushing says thanks, Psy. 5x5. Real or not for real says GN Psy. Go Kart says or asks, do you mind? LOL. Yeah, thank y'all for being in tune. You know what I mean? Anybody else want to come up before I jump up out of here? And let's see. Go through this real fast. Give me a second here. Yeah, so make sure when you're out there on these streets, you're doing the right thing. Like Spike Lee, you don't want to get into no situation where you have to deal with law enforcement or whatever and things like that. You know what I mean? They're doing their job too. You know what I mean? And you know, to all the teenagers out there, or the teenagers that's listening or whatever, if there's any, don't think that you just get a slap on the wrist. I mean, I've seen someone that's 16 get 40 years. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be out there where the popo's like, let me see those hands. Let me see those hands. Get them hands up. Let me see them hands. You know what I'm saying? Let me see them hands. You know, you don't want that. So, um, and when you get in there, man, it's all out of your control. You know what I'm saying? There's no there's no slang or anything that can help you in that situation. So it's best not to be in it. So it's best not to run your arm through someone's window, car, house, anything like that. Just stay to yourself. You can make money on social media these days, your Instagram, upload stuff, that's cool. You know what I mean? Don't teach people how should be able to do some crimes because it's online, and what goes online, they say it stays online, right? And yo, you know what I mean? Make sure people go in the right direction, man. Because be conscious about what you're doing. Because especially if you're affecting other people, in my opinion, it could end up really bad. You know what I mean? And when you're going on the world stage here on your social media account, you're not just being broadcasted to your immediate audience. You're being broadcasted to a lot of people, and you have to keep that in your thoughts. Is at least in my opinion. Like when I treat if I treat somebody wrong that I know that's off panel, it's one thing to treat them wrong, but to go on my channel and be broadcasted to thousands of people, and I'm doing something wrong, and everybody's picking up on it at once, then that's a lot of get back for me if I'm doing something wrong. Like what you put in, you get back. You know what I'm saying? So be careful and do the right thing, like Spike Lee. Peace out. Rock steady.